The man had just joined the racing team when he boldly criticized Ferrari's poor performance. What he didn't know was that Ferrari's founder was sitting right there beside him. Surprisingly, his blunt words didn't get him into trouble. Instead, they landed him a contract as Ferrari's racing driver. He had pointed out that the car was too heavy and needed to be rebuilt using magnesium alloy materials. Under Nicky's direction, the entire team worked through the night. By the next day, after completing the modifications, the car's performance had improved dramatically. The car Nicky had modified was actually 2.3 seconds faster than its previous best time. Nicky was immediately promoted within the team, and he went on to win race after race. Soon, other drivers started inviting him to parties. One driver told him that racing was his only dream and that he'd be willing to die for it. Nicky, however, said that if he had talent in other areas, he would never have become a race car driver. This response angered the driver, who deliberately left Nicky stranded outside the party. Feeling lost and unsure what to do, Nicky noticed a woman who was about to leave. He asked if she could give him a ride, and she readily agreed. But as soon as Nicky got into her car, he could tell that the engine's fan belt was loose, there was air in the braking system, and the rear brakes were severely worn. The woman didn't believe him since the car had just been serviced. However, it wasn't long before the car broke down, leaving them stranded on the roadside asking for help. The woman used her good looks to successfully flag down another car. When the driver got out, he walked straight toward Nicky. He had recognized him as Ferrari's newly signed F1 driver. Nicky took the driver's seat, and as the car owner kept praising him, the woman curiously asked about Nicky's job. When she learned he was a race car driver, she immediately believed his earlier assessment of her car. Watching Nicky drive with such confidence, the woman began to admire him. Soon after, they got married. Just as Nicky was enjoying success in both his career and personal life, a new racing season began. This time, he would be competing on one of the world's most challenging tracks, the Nürburgring, with its 185 corners and turns. Countless drivers had lost their lives there. Before the race, due to weather conditions, Nicky called for a meeting. He argued that the wet, slippery surface would increase the danger and suggested they vote to cancel the race. However, James, who was consistently ranked second, believed that Nicky wanted to cancel the race just to secure his championship position. James convinced the other drivers that this was just Nicky's strategy, so many voted to continue the race. Nicky had no choice but to put on rain tires and continue racing. As the race officially began, James and Nicky were neck and neck, with all eyes focused on them. Suddenly, another car overtook them, one of the few drivers using dry tires. After the first lap, James returned to the pit to change to dry tires. Nicky wasn't so fortunate. The pit area became chaotic as drivers crowded in for tire changes, and it took a long time to complete his tire change. When he was ready to leave, another car blocked his path, causing further delays. Once Nicky left the pit, he floored the accelerator. He managed to overtake many competitors again, but his aggressive driving came at a terrible cost. Flames engulfed Nicky's car. Two drivers quickly got out of their cars and tried to pull Nicky out, but his seatbelt wouldn't open. As the fire grew more intense, the drivers were forced to retreat. It wasn't until professional rescue teams arrived that they were able to pull him from the burning wreckage. Nicky was rushed to the hospital with 70% burns on his face. Even more dangerous was the damage to his lungs from smoke inhalation, and he was fighting for his life.